The largest migrant caravan of the past year is making its way to the U.S. southern border. 15,000 people from 24 countries. They're calling themselves a poverty exodus. Wednesday, 60 House Republicans traveled to Eagle Pass, Texas, to see the surge at the border firsthand. Notably missing, Chip Roy of Texas. He said to our partners at the Hill, "Our people, law enforcement, ranchers, local leaders are tired of meetings, speeches, and press conferences. It is time to act with urgency." Congressman Chip Roy, Republican of Texas, is with us now. You're joining us from Iowa. I know you're a surrogate for Ron DeSantis. We'll get to the campaign in a minute, sir. But I want to understand this because immigration does tie so closely into the Republican campaign. You say it's time to act with urgency.
Sure.
H.R. 2, you've got a House bill. It has absolutely no chance in the Senate. President Biden's not going to sign it. Is it time to be honest with people and say, look, unless President Biden changes his stance and his immigration policies, there's not much to do?
Yeah, well, this is where I believe we have an opportunity as Republicans to lead. And the reason I didn't go down to the border, as you noted, was that I wasn't going down for another statement, another show hearing. You know, I talk to people on the border all the time. You know what they told me day before yesterday? They said, shut down the border or shut down government. And people always say, well, you guys, you bluster on this stuff. The fact is, our power, our singular power in Congress is to use the power of the purse to constrain an executive branch that's out of control. Alejandro Mayorkas is suing us in court to stop Governor Abbott from cutting the Constantino wire. Right? They're going to sue us to stop us from having laws to enforce people coming into Texas illegally. I had 6 kids die in the school district in which my family lives from fentanyl poisoning. We had 53 migrants who died in a tractor trailer, illegal aliens in a tractor trailer in San Antonio, Texas.
I understand the problem. I understand the problem. We reported on it extensively.
Well, but
to get back to where you're leading, where you want to go, is you're saying the way Republicans lead is by shutting down the government and saying we're not funding the government until President Biden changes his border policies.
Let me ask you a question. Why would I agree to fund the government at Nancy Pelosi's spending levels to fund Alejandro Mayorkas to stick his finger in the eye of the people that I represent and endanger them? Someone explain, reverse it. This isn't about, oh, you're going to shut the government down. My point is, why would I give him money to endanger my people? That's exactly what we're doing. So Republicans ought to stand up, tell the president, Mr. President, we're not going to fund this government to continue to do that. We will fund troop pay. We will fund Border Patrol pay. But we're going to hold the line and say you're going to change your policies. You don't get to make up the law. You don't get to flout the law. You don't get to ignore the law and endanger the American people in the process.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
You make a great point.
We hold all the cards.
You make a great point. When you turn the funding question around, why do you fund something that doesn't work? It does change the dynamic. Republicans have a tendency, have historically lost government shutdowns. But it gets me to the border question and Ron DeSantis, who's tried to run on the immigration platform. He's hit Donald Trump for not finishing the wall, on and on. I'm wondering why I'm not hearing that from him, why I'm not seeing him down on the border saying just that, shut the government down. Why isn't he holding a lot of Trump supporters' feet to the fire on this issue?
Yeah, well, Governor DeSantis went to the border with me last summer. He knows exactly what he would do, take on the cartels. He would end this on day one with an emergency declaration. He has been very clear about that. But he was also very clear, this matters. When he was in the Freedom Caucus in 2018, he was siding with conservatives to say we need to pass legislation that would change the laws to prohibit the abuse of the laws that we're seeing now under Biden. Guess what? President Trump didn't. He sided with Paul Ryan, and he chose amnesty over security. We know Ron DeSantis will get the job done. That's why I'm here. He's somebody who delivers results.
Okay, Congressman, I'm going to cut you off before the computer does. Thank you. We'll see you on the trail in Iowa. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.